Good afternoon to all of us. For I am Nika Dawaling. My topic for today is all about multiplicative functions. So, by the way, this is my third report. So, what is a multiplicative function? A multiplicative function f and 2c satisfies the following properties. F of 1 is equals to 1, f of ab is equals to f of a, f of b, when a and b are co-prime. That is, a and b share no common factor besides 1. The tangent of AB is equals to tangent A tangent B. So, multiplicative function Euler's P function, a multiplicative function satisfy f of 1 is equal to 1 and f of AB is equals to f of A, f of B for all positive co-prime pairs A and B. A multiplicative function is a type of arithmetic function. This means it has only positive integers or the natural numbers as inputs and it only has complex numbers as outputs. So example 1, multiplicative function f of n is equals to 1. The constant function f of n is equals to 1 is multiplicative since we can show that the two properties are satisfied. The first property is f of 1 is equals to 1. The second property is f of AB is equals to 1 times 1. F of AB is equals to f of A times 1. F of AB is equals to f of A times f of B. In example 2, multiplicative function f of n is equals to n. The identity function f of n is equals to n is multiplicative. Since we can show that the two properties are satisfied, the first property would be f of 1 is equals to 1. The second property and would be f of A times f of B. Thus, both of the necessary properties are satisfied, so the function f of n is equals to n is multiplicative. In fact, it is completely multiplicative. In example 3, multiplicative function f of n is equals to nk. The power function f of n is equals to nk is multiplicative since we can show that the two properties are satisfied. It satisfies the first property and the second property, so the both of the necessary properties are satisfied, so the function f of n is equals to nk is multiplicative. Then, in example 4, non-multiplicative function f of n is equals to 2. The constant function f of n is equals to 2 is non-multiplicative since we can show that it fails the first property, which is f of 1 is equals to 2. Thus, f of 1 is not equal to 1 and so the function is not multiplicative. The same is true for any function where f of 1 is not equal to 1. Example number 5. Non-multiplicative function f of n is equals to 2n minus 1. The polynomial function f of n is equals to 2n minus 1 is non-multiplicative. It satisfies the first property but fails the second. So, let's see. F of 1 is equals to 2 times 1 minus 1 is equals to 1. Well, f of A, f of B times A, f of B is equals to the quantity of 2A minus 1 times the quantity of 2B minus 1. Then f of A times f of B is equals to 4AB minus 2A minus 2B plus 1. If these two are equal, then we would get 2ab minus 1 is equals to 4ab minus 2a minus 2b plus 1. Then, we factor all this out and we get the quantity of a minus 1, then b minus 1. So, this implies either a is equals to 1 or b is equals to 1 or both. In any case, the second property is not satisfied for any values a and b where both are not 1. So, the function f of n is equals to 2n minus 1 is not multiplicative. So, the question is, how do you know if a function is multiplicative? First of all, the graph of multiplicative function will pass through the point 1 and 1 since it must satisfy f of 1 is equals to 1. However, this condition alone is not enough to ensure a multiplicative function. This helps us to find some of the non-multiplicative functions which do not pass through 1 and 1. However, the graph of a multiplicative function is neither defined nor continuous on the real numbers since we only allow natural numbers or the positive integers as inputs. After that, after testing the first property, to easily rule out a function, the only way to know for sure if a function is multiplicative is to test the second property, which is f of ab is equals to f of a, f of b, when a and b are co-prime. It is impossible to check this for all co-prime integer pairs a and b, so we need to prove it in general. So we have here Euler's phi function or Euler's twoshant function. So Euler phi function or Euler's phi or twoshant function of a positive integer n is the number of integers n, 1, 2, 3, and so on to n, which are relatively prime to n. This is usually denoted as twoshant of n. Euler's phi function counts the number of positive integers not exceeding n and relatively prime to n. So example number 1, we have here the twoshant of 5. So we have here n is equals to 5. We get 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we get the GCD of 1 and 5. We get 1. 2 and 5, 1. 3 and 5 is equals to 1. 4 and 5 is equals to 1. So they are all called relatively prime with each other. Therefore, the twoshant of 5, there are 4 positive integers that are relatively prime to 5. So another example, we have the twoshant of 8. So we have the n is equals to 8 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we get the GCD of 1 to 8 is equals to 1. 2 to 8, we have the GCD of 2. So it means it is not a relatively prime. Then 3 and 8 is equals to 1. 4 and 8 is equals to 4. So it is not also a relatively prime. Then 5 and 8 is equals to 1. 6 and 8 is equals to 2. It is not also a relatively prime. And then 7 and 8 is equals to 1. So therefore, the twoshant of 8 is equals to 4 positive integers that to 8 that are relatively prime to 8. So from theorem, if P is a prime, then twoshant of P is equals to P minus 1. So example, the twoshant of 41 is equals to, so 41, as we can see, the 41 is a prime. So we apply the formula twoshant of P is equals to P minus 1. So twoshant of 41 is equals to 41 minus 1. So we get so we get 40. So therefore, there are 40 positive integers that to 41 that are relatively prime to 41. So mas mapadali siya kung mag-apply ta og theorem or the formula. So example 2, we get the twoshant of 31. So as we can see, the 31 is also a prime number. So we use the formula p minus 1. So we get 31 minus 1, so 30. Therefore, there are 30 positive integers not exceeding 31 that are relatively prime to 31. So so another theorem, we get the theorem phi function of prime power. So let p be a prime and a positive integer, then twoshant of p raised to the power of n minus p raised to the power of n minus 1. So diri kani siya ma-apply ni siya nga formula if ang atong twoshant nga gipangita kay even. So the twoshant of 32. So we get the twoshant of 2 raised to the power of 5 minus 2 raised to the power of 5 minus 1. We get the twoshant of 32 minus 16 is equals to 16. Therefore, there are 16 positive integers not exceeding 32 that are relatively prime to 32. So that's all for my report. Thank you for listening.